assure you this is the last time I'll be standing before you today.
One more segment. One more segment.
Oh really? I'm sorry, I eat my words. I'll come back again. We won. So for the benefit of city especially, I'd like to explain to you why we do language evaluation. Language is a very important tool in communication. So we try to improve our language with every chapter meeting that we attend. And the language evaluation that I'm going to do is going to focus on three things today. The first one will be the use of the word of the day that we have put up here. Then the thunder, the real thundering words, the beautiful use of language, and the blunder that I heard in today's speech. So these are the three areas that I'll be focusing on. Use of the word of the day. David, our Toastmaster of the day today. Indomitable club. Very good usage. Srini, very indomitable speaker. Now the very here is redundant. You just need to say, Pachu, you are an indomitable speaker. You don't have to say, you are a very indomitable speaker. Aina, the first use, I don't know if you really meant to use it that way, encourage you to use the word of the day, indomitable, right? So she was just telling everybody to use the word of the day. And the second one is, encourage you to take on this challenge with indomitable valor. Beautiful use of the word of the day. City, you have an indomitable fear for your mom, obviously, because she called you and you're quaking in your boots. Distinguished Toastmaster David, Cisco is an indomitable force in IT. Yes, it's true. We are an indomitable force in IT. Let's give a round of applause to everybody who used it. Now on to the thunder, the beautiful use, the vivid words, the descriptive use of the English language, which really expressed what was meant to be expressed. I think Darren's speech today had a lot of sparkling gems. He spoke about passing the hat around. So you would normally do that when you were collecting money, and Darren literally did that for us. When we were asking for seed money to start the club, he actually went to several other executives with a hat in hand and asked, can we give us some money? Can we give us some money? He got the group of the crowd. Very vivid language. Embarked this club, embarked on a journey. He set forth, he helped us to set sail. It resonates with you. He also spoke about fear of public speaking. And in fact, he went into such descriptive comparison of his fear of public speaking. He said he feared it as much as death and taxes. It's probably an exaggeration, but at the same time, because I know him to be a very excellent speaker, but at that time, his fear could be compared to death and taxes. He also mentioned raise the bar. Raise the bar again is a term that is used in high jump or in pole vault, where you raise the bar with every single attempt, successful attempt. So as a club, we have to raise the bar for ourselves as well. We have to reach heights that are unreached yet. Wayne and Garf, again the visual was very beautiful and it actually conveyed a lot of meaning to what he was about to say, the top 10. Did it hit the mark? If you were to play darts, you would either hit the mark or not hit the mark. So did my speech hit the mark? Yes, it did. Now on to Hochu. DSA, does it resonate with you? I think a few of you, it did resonate with a few of us, I think. She also said two things which I thought was very well done. Take a step back 40 years and take a step, or I think you said, fast forward to 2010. I think the body language, again, like David mentioned, that really helped to convey those words in a very, very effective manner. And then you also used very descriptive language when you went to NUS High School, your experience in NUS High School. You were overwhelmed by the number of parents. You could not even imagine that there were this many parents in Singapore. It's such a small country. All of them are in NUS High. All of them want their wards to be in NUS High. Oh my God. Very descriptive language. George, a treasure trove of beautiful pearls. Before I kick it off, before I start my speech. All of us were plastered. Well, that's a way of saying they got drunk. But plastered, it's a very descriptive and vivid word. The challenge was not a dime I had. The consolation was the season pass. The contrast, the dichotomy, made it very clear. So he had a challenge, but he had a consolation as well, or a solution to that. He was rudely awakened by the boy with the knife. He was a puny little guy, but he was very threatening because he had a knife in his hand. He's a puny little guy. Very good. I was boxed into a corner. I was boxed into a corner by a puny little guy and a stocky accomplice. One with a knife, one without a knife. A few minutes, and it happened in fast forward. The next few minutes happened in fast forward. So if you were to fast forward your DVD or your tape, and if you were to listen to it, you will hear all kinds of noise. Now, George's description of those events, of those few minutes, were really like a fast forward. But he happened to be able to explain it very clearly, very descriptively to us. Very well done, George. As nimble as I was, I don't know if you are nimble today, but you appear to be. The light in the distance. So you could use it. I think you did it literally this time, but you could use that as a metaphor as well. If you see hope, probably it worked both ways in this case, because the light in the distance happened to be the railway station where you could go and escape from all the troubles and tribulations that you were facing at that moment. So it was both literally as well as figuratively light in the distance. A very close shave, again a metaphor, very well done. I'm happy to be alive and kicking. We are as well, George. Srini, I was scratching my head on what DSA was all about. Scratching my head again was a figurative view. He only figuratively scratched his head, I hope. There's no lies, I suppose. Giri, main points anchor to the project. Now, you can anchor something, anchor a ship, so that it doesn't move. Now, this project had some main points anchored to it. Very well done. Governor for District 5, Distinguished Toastmaster David Carroll. What did you think about David's presentation today?
Extraordinary.
This is where we want to be. This is where we want to grow to, right? The sound burst, absolutely amazing. You really made it a point how to demonstrate anger in a speech. I really cannot. It's beyond my capability to reproduce what David did, but I want to do it one day, David. What drives body language is passion. And we could see that in you, David. Thank you. The hand, the face, the body. It's a power of threes. It's a triad that you use. All will follow your passion, your heart. If you have it in your heart to give a good language evaluation, your body will follow, your hand will follow, your face will follow. An empty signal. The brain does give a signal, but it happens to be null. It happens to be empty. So your body tends to do whatever it wants it to do. You're not driven by passion. Were you memorable? The slides are nothing. The beautiful slideware that people spend hours and hours to create is nothing. Were you memorable? That is the question. The body is also convergent. The body is convergent to your heart, to your passion. The body will follow where the heart leads. Very well done. Crutch words. Now, where do you use a crutch? When you are disabled, you use a crutch. Basically, Darren's crutch word was basically every single time he could not find a